podcast on Haps. Again, today we're joined by Ryan Shepherd.
Hello, everybody.
And Nathan Newington back again.
Hi,
2 weeks in a row.
Ryan.
What's he on about?
Quite an achievement, isn't it?
So, Ryan, how are you on this great Thursday afternoon?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Yes, I'm very well. How are you?
I think he's well. Nathan, how are you on this Thursday afternoon?
Yeah, I'm good. Excited to get our first afternoon podcast going instead of the evening and see if it does better or not so that we can go forward with it.
Yeah. We were supposed to record this last night, but there was music being in halls. You can't really predict where it's from.
Yeah.
So that's
why it's today.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll start with the news this week. Harry Kane, the striker,
the big one,
could be leaving.
Yes.
We'll go on more about this at the end, but to briefly sum up what's happened, he's going. Basically, I think I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's just as responsible as anyone else for not winning anything.
And he's having talks with Levy, so it's likely he'll end up at one of the Manchester clubs.
Or in Carlisle.
Or in Carlisle.
Or back to Leicester.
Leighton Orient, who knows?
Vardy replacement?
Maybe. Imagine. The Euro 2020 squads have been announced.
Just not ours yet.
Not ours yet. Billy Gilmore getting into Scotland's squad.
Kevin De Bruyne obviously getting into the Belgium squad. Werner somehow getting in
to the Germany squad.
He already had, is it 14 goals disallowed this season or 12 goals disallowed?
It's a lot because he doesn't hold his run, so he's offside.
Also, Karim Benzema is back in
France. The French.
We were talking about this the other day, weren't we, about how he fell out with them and he deserves it now.
6 years he hasn't been in the French squad.
Underrated.
Next, Trent Alexander-Arnold, according to reports, will not be getting into the squad this summer.
He's really upped his form though. I think.
He's England's best right back.
I mean, he lapses.
Unfortunately, we're in a generation where there's so many good right backs.
I'd say Walker's up there, to be fair.
I just feel that Southgate's just going to waste the amount of mass talent that we have in.
I think he'll be
You've got the likes of Foden, Trent, Wan-Bissaka, Greenwood, Grealish, Maddison, all great players.
Yeah.
It's just like how he obviously, I know that you can't fit all of them into a 23 or 26 man squad, but you've got to be able to get most of those talented, creative players into an actual squad, surely.
I mean, the recent World Cup qualifiers have given me hope because he ditched the 5 at the back, went 4 at the back, and sort of tried to play a different way to fit more attacking talent in, and he said that as well. So I've got a bit more faith in him now.
The thing is, if Maguire's ruled out the Euros, which could be the case, I reckon he will go back to a back 5.
It's important to have
Declan Rice at centre back.
It could work.
Reece James at right centre back.
Great. He's awful. He was awful.
Yeah, he has an obsession with playing wing backs at centre back.
It's not FIFA, is it?
No, it's not. No.
You're watching Nep too much, mate.
You're not playing foot champs, Gareth. Sorry.
And then the Premier League Hall of Fame, 4 new inductees alongside Shearer, Henry, Eric Cantona, Roy Keane, Frank Lampard, and Dennis Bergkamp.
And Steven Gerrard was announced today.
Stevie G got in.
You can't argue
ahead of Paul Scholes.
Many people
never won a Premier League.
I know, yeah, that's
be
disgraceful. It's disgraceful how Gerrard's been elected before.
Yeah.
I mean,
people have actually won a Premier League title.
I mean, Gerrard was one of the best players of that generation, though, so you can't really.
Of our generation as well, I think.
Of ours,
yeah. And then.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then finally, in this week's news, Roy Hodgson is leaving Crystal Palace at the end of the season.
Done a good job.
Been in management for 43 years, I think
something
it is.
Like that,
yeah.
Kept Palace in the Premier League for 4 years, to be fair to him.
He's a well-travelled manager.
I feel like they might struggle next season, depending on who they get in, because
exactly.
Roy counter-attacks, and that keeps them in the league, a bit like Burnley's style.
Eze apparently out injured until the new year as well.
That's sad.
With a ligament injury.
Top player.
Great,
very good player.
Eze's a great player, and that's a shame.
He was a great purchase in the summer from QPR. Good story. Got released by Millwall by Neil Harris.
Yeah, I enjoy watching him.
I do like watching Eze.
We'll go into the results now. This week's results from Tuesday the 11th. Man United 1, Leicester 2, and Southampton 3, Crystal Palace 1.
Good win for Saints there.
Yeah, United's performance, well,
it was a nation.
It was just...
Rose with a high five. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you very much.
Rose, the road to a tripod continues. 65 cents now. Come on,
road to tripod.
Right.
Yeah. Tuesday games, of course.
Yeah. United
much rotated.
Put out a weakened team. Ollie made 10 changes, and we lost. It was a strange decision, but then this is what happens when United have to play 3 fixtures in 5 days.
Didn't play awfully, to be fair to you. young lads.
We played at 8 in about 2 days once. That was some bad time.
Didn't play too awfully, your young lads, to be fair.
No, we didn't.
Gave it a good go.
And Saints, Palace, Nathan, thoughts on that one?
Danny Ings, basically, I have to say. Danny Ings lit up the game, scored 2 goals. Ward-Prowse and Adams also notable mentions for being great in that game. Yeah. And yeah, it was the first win in about a month and a half for Saints, so that was a brilliant result.
Didn't you win the game before that?
That was the game
won
after.
Saturday, didn't you?
The game after, yeah.
Wednesday, Chelsea 0, Arsenal 1.
Shock result, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Tuchel ball got done by Arteta.
Chelsea dominated the game, but ultimately it was a poor Jorginho back pass.
Jorginho.
And for some reason, Kepa decided to play left back. I'm not really sure why he decided to do that.
To be fair, Kepa did well to keep out Jorginho's
really good
back
save.
pass, to be fair to him.
But yeah, in the end, it was always going to end up in the net, sadly for them.
Thursday was Villa 0, Everton 0, and United 2, Liverpool 4.
Yeah.
Great game.
Quick thing about this. You rotated your team on Tuesday to win on Thursday, and you actually won.
Yeah, I know.
And effectively, you handed the initiative to City to just win the league there and then.
They were going to win the title anyway. It's not like we were going to catch City to win the league anyway. But
you always have to believe. I think
Ollie's tactical tweakness on that Tuesday against Leicester backfired massively.
Then got accused of match fixing on Twitter by those Liverpool fans.
Liverpool fans,
They should be deducted.
Well, they're in now, so they don't need to worry about
they're in the top 4 now, so I don't know.
More on that to come. A big moment coming.
Yeah. Friday's game. Newcastle 3, Man City 4. Scott Carson making his first Premier League appearance in 10 years.
Ferran Torres scored one of the best goals you'll see this season.
You know, technically he's I think he's 5 years old because of the leap year. I just scored 7 goals in 5 years. I was at top.
Imagine it.
Yeah, good game. Joe Willock again scoring. One of the YouTube videos going up. Well, this goes up on YouTube straight after when it processes, and we're going to be making videos next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
We have announcement videos incoming. Ryan's done his.
I've done my announcement
2 weeks ago.
videos.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Where are your videos, lads?
Come on. On the ball, have we? Right, we're good.
Yeah. Joe Willock again scoring. He scored 6 games. 6. Yeah, 6 games in a row now.
Brilliant player.
Breaking Premier League records.
Excited for Ryan's channel.
We all are. We're excited.
I know, yeah. Cheers, Rose.
The Cheltenham spectacular. Burnley 0, Leeds 4.
The total dominant Leeds performance.
Very poor from Burnley.
Rodrigo scoring twice off the bench. I think he'll have
a late
better
push
season.
for Euro 2020.
Yeah. I always find that when Burnley have nothing to play for, they sort of drop off massively.
So does everyone, though.
Especially after Burnley dominated Wolves the other week, you'd expect them to actually take the game to Leeds, but no.
No, Leeds play some brilliant football, to be fair.
They do.
Like they do.
Southampton 3, Fulham 1.
And another win. What's going on?
What's going on?
The push for 13th was well on, but...
Normally we can't win a game in a month, and we've won 2 in 4 days there, so I don't know what's quite happening.
Time to be alive.
But yeah, another really good performance, another controlled performance, and push for
Ralph
in.
We'll see.
Brighton 1, West Ham 1.
West Ham bottling Champions League.
Not a great game that really livened up in the last 5 minutes, if I'm honest.
Saying, I've watched no games since the cup final. I'm proud of that.
That's fine.
Another 50 cents. Thanks, Rose.
You're a legend.
We're only $199 off cashing out now. Come on, boy.
That was lit up in the last few minutes. Ben Rama scored for West Ham.
Yeah, I know.
Very good goal.
Ben Rama.
And then Saturday, the FA Cup final, Chelsea 0, Leicester 1.
Yes.
Biggest fan. You are our biggest fan.
Yeah.
Yes, Boomer as well.
Big up Boomer.
Big up Boomer.
Yeah, Chelsea 0, Leicester 1, the FA Cup final.
Yeah. I mean, that was a bit of a
result. Yeah.
What a finish.
What a finish by
It was a goal worthy of any final.
I'd have scored that, no, I wouldn't.
I would. No, you wouldn't.
I went mental. It was such a good goal.
Great finish.
Tuchel bottling it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see whether they finish in top 4.
I'm now worried that Man City are going to crush Chelsea in the Champions League final.
I
want Chelsea to win because I couldn't stand City winning the Champions League.
Honestly, I don't mind who wins it. City, Grieger story if they win their first Champions League. Chelsea win it, they deserve it. It's fair enough. So
Aguero would to win his final game.
I'd love Aguero to score the winner. That'd be.
He's not going to start him.
No, it's the bench though.
The penalty done him in, I think.
Yeah.
The Penang Cup.
I mean, yeah, you can't afford to be romantic in the Champions League final, unfortunately.
Sunday, Palace 3, Villa 2. Bit of a shock. I think they were 2-1 down, Palace. Were they not?
Yeah,
They
were.
were 2-1 down. Yeah.
And they managed to bring
You
it back.
guys like Chris Wood? Yes, Chris Wood is a monster.
I saw him in Pie Face's stream the other day. He was gifting everyone. So yeah, he's a bit of a legend. That
fellow Kiwi. Yeah, he's just a big, brutal. He's like a border China shop, Chris Wood.
Yeah,
he's gonna get elbows.
Yeah.
He's an old-fashioned striker. That's what you like to see.
Yeah, he's great.
Spurs 2, Wolves 0.
Spurs 2, Wolves 0.
Spurs actually win the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Yeah, no,
didn't even watch it. I haven't watched any games.
I mean, yeah, it was a standard win, as you like.
Wolves were pretty poor.
Wolves like they have been a
Kane
lot.
scored. You know,
his first goal under Mason.
Connor Cody.
Finally.
To be fair, Wolves were defending brilliantly. You know, Connor Cody was putting in a masterclass in the first half, and then Kane obviously scored, and then that was that.
First half,
it was a great performance. It was a great performance.
He comes to Spurs. We need a striker.
We love a bit of Woodsy. Yeah, no, great player.
Where was we? Spurs. Kane's first goal. That's really it.
Under Ryan, yes.
I mean, it was on a bit early. I don't really.
Yeah. West Brom 1, Liverpool 2. The goalkeeper scoring the winner there.
What's the story?
Bullet header.
If they get top 4, that is one of the stories of Premier League history.
Yeah.
Because what a time.
Alisson became the first Liverpool keeper in their entire history to score a goal.
Yeah.
Which is quite a remarkable stat, really.
The first Premier League goalkeeper since 2013. We won't name who that was against, but yeah.
Aston Begovic against Southampton.
It's been that long. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yes.
But yeah, no.
Tim Howard scored in the same season or something like that.
Couple seasons before, I think it was.
Wow.
I saw a stat,
Wow.
yeah. But yeah, no, it was. I saw him come up. I was like, he's a big guy, but surely he won't score.
He's huge. He's 6'3", leave him unmarked. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
They thought, oh, he's the goalkeeper. He's not going to finish. Strike his header.
It was
Brilliant.
Brilliant header.
And the last game from that game week, Everton 0, Sheffield United 1.
Daniel Jefferson scoring his first senior goal.
What do you think with Bayern off the one goal? How was that work out?
Bayern Munich love getting talent. It's the Bayern Munich model.
I love it. I love him. He's made Brewster look a right novice.
He has actually.
He scored
20 games, no goals in one game.
Guarantee next season Brewster will be the top scorer in the championship.
He'll leave.
No, he won't. He won't.
It's a bit like a Solanke story, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Solanke looks great in the championship now. How convenient that is.
Oliver Bowden, world class in the championship.
He looks good. I mean, I wouldn't say he's one of the best strikers in the championship, but yeah, he's good.
And now we go to game week 36 and 7.
So that was Tuesdays.
Yeah, this is Tuesday. We start with United 1, Fulham 1. We're taking the foot off the gas a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Cavani
got a head off. Keep grinding. Thanks, Rose.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for the donations.
Cheers for the donation, Rose.
We'll get a tripod soon.
Yeah, Cavani scored one of the goals of the season.
Oh, another 60 cents. Oh, we're balling that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So obviously, Cavani scored one of the goals of the season.
Yeah.
Hence why I'm very pleased we've got him next season. Excellent striker. What a finish. Yeah, I mean, you could argue it was offside.
I just want to admire the goal.
But you've got to admire the goal, realistically.
Fantastic.
He's got Dariola from 40 yards. Yeah. It's a fantastic finish, but again, we just seem to be dropping off towards the end of the season. But when we've already secured Champions League football, there's not a lot to play for. I think our focus is more on the Europa League final.
You're going to finish second either way, so
yeah, I'd take a second place finish any day.
It's progress for you.
It is progress. We just need to continue that into next season. Yeah. More on that later, though.
Yeah.
Oh, teasing. Southampton 0, Leeds 2.
Back to normal.
Back to normal.
Well, we didn't play too badly. We had chances in the first half, but like the rest of our season, we get knackered after 60 minutes. Can't play a game for 90, and then Leeds just score 2 goals and we can't get back in the game.
Great to also see Southampton fans love being back at St Mary's as well.
On their phones,
yeah, it's chilling. Yeah.
Personally, I didn't get a ticket. I mean, I didn't mind that because there was young fans going, like people going, I haven't been before. But at the same time, there was people on their phones, and I was just there like,
That's
Right,
the
we're
one.
playing Paul, but get behind the team.
That's the one thing that bothers
Yeah,
me.
we'd have had them tickets. We'd have chanted the whole game.
That is the one thing that bothers me at football fans when you watch people just sitting there on their phones, not interested in the game. It's the one thing.
How did you get a signal there?
How
do you get a signal?
I want to know what magic there. And people left after 85 minutes.
Yeah, that's disgraceful.
There was one goal in it.
Just got to beat the rush.
Just enjoy being back. Just enjoy being back.
We would have stayed the whole game, like cheered on the whole game.
And after.
Yeah, but these fans just
Fake fans, mate.
They didn't want to know.
Brighton 3, City 2, was that?
Yeah. Brighton shocked Man City, and then Pep Guardiola was like getting into an argument with Graham Potter after the game.
Oh, you'd have to see.
And then you saw Pep with a cigar singing Wonderwall.
Yeah, I know.
That was
That was a great video.
Or was it his wife and?
I think it was. Also, Dele Alli's with Pep's daughter.
I saw that.
Trying to force him to City.
Lock up your daughter, will you?
Yeah. We might have that fraud going there.
You've been Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean at the moment. Trying to get with Pep's daughter.
Oh,
dear. Here we go.
And Chelsea 2, Leicester 1 in the league this time. They kind of got one back, but it doesn't matter.
Basically secured their top four.
They were all fired up after the video from the Leicester changing room where Daniel Amate chucked the Chelsea. What do they call that thing that they penned in? Yeah,
top fans.
Literally chucking the Chelsea pendulum over his head, and the Chelsea fans were all livid, about the whole FA Cup VAR, and then seeing that video. So the Chelsea players like, right, we're going to get you back here, and obviously
they just fight him anyway. They weren't even playing on the pitch. They just tried to fight him.
The best part, it was great to see the fans back, and you wouldn't see a brawl like that without the fans.
No, I know, yeah.
Because emotions it's just so much better. It was so good.
It is, yeah.
It was quite
funny. Leicester deserved to win the FA Cup final, but Chelsea deserved to win the league game.
I mean, would you rather win the FA Cup
or the FA Cup?
FA Cup.
You get Europe either way.
I mean, yeah, I'd say FA Cup just because we would be useless in Champions League, let's be honest.
Same.
But FA Cup would get a trophy. So
yeah. Everton 1, Wolves 0.
Yeah.
This was last night.
Yeah.
They must be kicking themselves.
Yeah, simple result. Everton still trying to hang on to hope that they can qualify for the Europa Conference League.
Yeah.
Which they still can, realistically.
They can have that. We'll finish
8th. You'd rather not.
Arsenal still even have a chance to get into that competition above Spurs. So Sunday will be interesting to see what happens there.
I don't want a 60-game season again.
Just throw it back to the days when 7th was a Europa League playoff place. We don't really want another European competition.
Oh no, they're even worse. They're just as bad as Champions because you start in August playing against Dinamo Spice Girls.
And obviously the Champions League final plays key here because whoever finishes 5th in the Premier League gets Champions League and Chelsea win anyway. So.
Oh yes, so 7th could be a Europa League.
Yeah,
so 8th is going to be. Oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, tell me that.
Well, because Leicester will be relying on Chelsea winning the Champions League. They finish 5th on Sunday.
See, just be 13th like us. You don't have to worry about it.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Jack, but
and then Newcastle 1, Sheffield United 0.
Back to normal.
Joe Willock scoring again.
That's 7. Is that 6? Wait,
6 and 6.
6 and 6, right? That was 6 and 6.
That was the 6 and 6.
Could he be an outsider for the Euros?
No,
the way he's going?
Not now.
No.
Or would you want to blood him in first?
No, because you have the likes of Bellingham's so good. Oh, we have to play Bellingham.
Well,
we have to play him.
Newcastle,
we have to play him.
Newcastle fans want Willock to stay permanently, and it seems like Steve Bruce wants him back permanently.
That's 20 million.
Arsenal will sell him. Arsenal was
£20 million.
Sorry if there's any Arsenal fans, but Arsenal was silly. They will sell him for nothing.
50p and
yeah.
And Arteta's
going to replace him with Buendia from Norwich.
Baller.
That wouldn't be bad. Yeah,
it's awful. No,
he's not that good.
We move on to the best game. Joking. Spurs 1, Villa 2. Bergwijn scored the first time in about 70 games.
It was a great goal from Bergwijn, I must admit.
Didn't even watch it.
And then Sergio Reguilón masterclass once again, at fault for both goals. Sliced a magnificent volley into his own net for the first. Cleared it against Traoré the first time. Dyer gives him the ball back. Oh, he can try again with the clearance. Smacks it against Traoré again. Watkins gets played in. Watkins finishes under the keeper, 2-1 Villa.
Cheers, Jeff.
Reguilón masterclass.
Dyer can go to Roma. Reguilón can go back to Real Madrid.
No.
We should get Matt Targett from Villa as a left back.
Yes, we shouldn't have sold him. He's a great left back.
Imagine a team of him, Reed. You'd be all right.
His crossings really good, and his defending's actually improved so much.
Yeah.
Tottenham fans also had to wait 40 minutes for the players to come out to do their lap of honour.
Didn't bother in the end, did they?
No, only not
3 players.
3 players. Kane was one of them. Bale was
And
another
Doherty.
Doherty.
one. Doherty was
What
as
was
well.
to see Matt
Good for
Doherty
him.
walk out?
I know, yeah.
Great.
And the tannoy drowned out the Levy out and Enick out chance as well during
That
the game.
screamed Kane leaving to me as well.
And the fact that,
goodbye.
the Kane's lap of honour show indicates, if it doesn't indicate that he wants to leave further, then I don't know what does.
Well, if he doesn't leave, he'll just get ruined next year. He'll be if he stays, it'll be his worst
Exactly,
goal
yeah.
scorer in the season.
Yeah,
of all time.
that's what me and Nathan were talking about last night, funnily enough, actually.
Yeah, that's good. That he
Palace 1, Arsenal 3.
good late drama.
Nicolas Pepe trying to show Crystal Palace fans why Arsenal were right to sign him over Zaha.
Yeah.
Will Zaha leave this summer? I think
No, it's been about 8 years in the making.
It'll be an interesting one to see.
He's good enough at Palace, but not quite good enough
No,
to take that next
no,
step. As proven when he was with you.
You could go to
Yeah.
Wolves.
Well, he hardly ever played when he joined
When he
us,
stepped up.
and he was
He goes
like,
to Newcastle.
to be fair, he was only like 19, 20 when he joined us. And
Yeah, but if he was
hardly
that good, they'd get in.
The biggest club he'd go to is probably Everton.
I'd say, I'd say
Everton, Newcastle, sort of
That sort of
team that can elevate into about 8 or 9.
7th to 9th sort of team.
Yeah. Oh, so us, perfect fit.
Better than Bergwijn.
It's not difficult. Burnley 0, Liverpool 3.
Liverpool
standard.
engine into the top 4.
I hate Liverpool.
Couple of decent goals in that game, but yeah, it was poor from Burnley again. Once more, yeah.
West Brom 1, West Ham 3.
West Ham leapfrogging Spurs into the Europa League places.
Good.
They deserve European football. West Ham, they've had a good season.
I'm glad they didn't bottle it. I'm glad they've.
They may have bottled Champions League, but at least they haven't bottled Europa League.
Pereira trying to score from every corner he got as well, which was pretty good to see.
Funny.
He'll be a Premier League player
Would
next
love
season.
to sign him next season.
And then Big Sam stepping down.
Yeah, Big Sam. I mean, it's expected.
It was obvious that he was never going to take West Brom, but he did his job.
He's too old to do a full season.
Has he ever managed in the Championship?
Probably.
Once upon a time.
I think he has, yeah.
Probably just didn't have it in him for a 46 game plus cup
At
season.
least. That would be,
Yeah.
52 games probably. 3 rounds in each.
And I'm sure he could get him back up, but I think anyone could get him back up.
And you've also got to look. Obviously you got the 46 league games, but also cup runs that Championship sides may have as well. So obviously you got to take that into account.
Yeah, with Big Sam, how may probably would have had a cup run, but it's probably best for him that he doesn't commit to a whole season.
Yeah, and that was the results for the last 2 game weeks. Move on to the talking points now.
Good ones, yeah.
VAR, one more controversy yet again.
Basically every game is
standard.
standard.
It's standard every game. The Euros will there'll be dodgy VAR calls. They need to review VAR over the summer and get it right. They just need to get it right because it's obviously it's not the technology, it's the officials. We keep saying it. Just the officials need to get proper training on how to decide what is offside and what's
Lee
not.
Mason's going to be VAR head chief when he retires on the pitch.
Oh, great!
We've banned him from our games for the rest of the
is he that bad?
He was
he
was the one that
he gave a couple of awful decisions in a couple of games against us.
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, I remember those decisions.
Him and Mike Dean got banned from our
I know,
games for the last 3 months.
Those two are the worst.
Okay, maybe not then. Okay, Roy Hodgson, what is your overall verdict for him as a manager?
Obviously, he's had some good spells. I mean, on the plus side, he took Fulham all the way to the Europa League final back in 2010.
Definitely a highlight of it.
A side that contained Clint Dempsey and Mark Schwarzer getting to Europa League final has got to be a big achievement.
Yeah.
Obviously, trying to Liverpool, you could argue, was negative. Signing Andy Carroll for 35 million was always a big what-if moment, and signing Paul Konchesky as well.
Cool.
Inter Milan back in the day, obviously there's a famous story about trying to convert Roberto Carlos into a midfielder.
Glad he didn't.
Saying that he's not good enough to be a fullback. Look how well that turned out.
He put Kane on corners, so I'm not surprised.
And I was just about to mention,
the
Euro 2016 tournament was never a good tournament for him. Harry Kane on corners.
Or 2014.
Breakthrough seasons go out 25 goals.
Yeah.
The second season.
Selecting the likes of Jack Wilshere, who barely played that season as well, was also a negative point.
Never got past.
Should have been read that all the time.
Went out in the groups in 2014.
Oh God, I don't want to
went out to Iceland in 2016. It's no wonder. I mean, he makes Southgate look like an absolute genius.
He does, yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
But Palace,
But on the whole,
he's redeemed himself, I think.
40 years of management, he's had some highs, he's had some lows, but on the whole, he's kept Palace in the Premier League.
And he's a nice bloke as well.
He is a nice
Best Premier League interview ever as well. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a top guy. He's a top guy.
Good manager on the whole.
Who qualifies for Europe?
Who are we backing then to qualify?
It's
for
not going to
Europe?
change. It will
You
just stay
don't
the same. The table will stay the same now.
I think
if Leicester beating Arsenal, Leicester beating Tottenham on the final day, Arsenal to get into Conference League, Everton won't get near it, West Ham to get Europa League.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Tottenham with no European football.
I don't know.
Good, you might win something then.
Liverpool, if Palace maybe like play for Hodgson for their final game.
I think the whole world is hoping Crystal Palace get a result against Liverpool.
We're relying on Crystal.
Let's be honest here.
This is what the world's come to. We're relying on Crystal Palace to stop Liverpool.
Roy Hodgson against his old club at Anfield on the final day.
That'd be sick.
Come on, Roy. Bow out as the people's hero we all need.
I do hope Leicester get it, but they have Tottenham. Tottenham may show up. You never know with Tottenham.
This is Ryan Yes Man Mason we're talking about here.
But yeah,
the season's done.
Season's done.
I can't wait. My ideal scenario, I said this to you lot yesterday, you weren't happy with me. Right, season ends, England go out in the group stage of the Euros, have 2 months without any football. What a lovely
That's disgraceful. That's a disgraceful opinion.
Me and Ryan do not. We do not. We're not behind that. We want England to go all the way.
Exactly. There's me and Nathan celebrating England winning Euros. Jack's like,
8 more games of football.
God.
He's on a football podcast. He's not enjoying it. He's not enjoying it.
And then finally, in the talking point section, Hall of Fame. Which 2 players would you induct next?
So obviously, there are loads of people that you could choose from.
It's a tricky one, that.
There's arguments, should Gerrard have been inducted before the likes of Tony Adams, Giggs, Scholes?
Definitely Scholes.
If I had to pick one person to get nominated next, has to be Peter Schmeichel.
A goalkeeper, I was going to say that.
Peter Schmeichel or Petr Cech, I'd say.
I'd say Cech, 100%.
Cech.
100%.
Petr Cech, yeah. I'd agree with that.
John Terry, maybe?
Yeah.
Cech and Terry, there you go.
Cech and Terry.
Yeah, get seen as Man United legends have dominated the Hall of Fame.
I feel like it's time for some more defenders.
It's defenders and all that, goalkeepers.
Ashley Cole, maybe?
Yeah, but I don't know. Obviously, I'm not gonna sit back and say Gerrard doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, because he does. But how can you pick someone who hasn't won a Premier League?
Maybe he's a player that should have left and gone to another. Club. Yeah.
Too loyal.
Yeah.
Too loyal.
Fair play to him for being
down the interest from Chelsea and Real Madrid to stay at Liverpool.
Stupid man.
Could have played next to Lampard. That in like.
Could have played for the Galacticos, mate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they didn't exactly do a lot with England together, but
no. Well, there were too many egos in that dressing room. Apparently.
Yeah.
They wouldn't.
And obviously Fabio Capello was in charge, and that never turned out well.
I've heard stories recently that was like they didn't like him. They couldn't understand him.
Yeah. That England squad hated Capello.
So that's why we go for the English sort of mould now, I think.
And the thing is, when you're taking off Jermaine Defoe to bring on Emile Heskey to keep your 2010 World Cup hopes alive, you know you're always going to get stick.
Right, Heskey's world class.
He
wasn't even that bad.
Wasn't that? Yeah.
Right. We'll move on to the upcoming fixtures for the final day of the season. We'll do predictions as well as we go along.
Yeah. Big games in there.
Big games.
Arsenal versus Brighton. Ryan, we'll start with you.
Well, obviously Arsenal Brighton has some history. Recent seasons, obviously Neil Maupay going up against Guendouzi when Arsenal went to war with Neil Maupay. Obviously, Maupay suspended for the final 2 games, which is quite and Dunk, yeah. So I'm going to say 3-0 Arsenal. They win and get European football.
I was going to say exactly the same, Nathan.
I think Arsenal have a chance to get something. Like they have a chance to get European football, which is exactly why I think they might bottle it, because they have the tendency. I mean, I'm not going to go for them to lose because Brighton are without key players. But at the same time, I think Welbeck's playing well. They've got other defenders to fill in. So I'm going to go for 1-0.
Okay. So 3-0, 3-0, 1-1.
Yeah.
Lovely. Villa Chelsea.
Interesting game.
Villa coming off a bit of a win. They're in form. Chelsea also winning. They're in form. This has Chelsea written all over it, I think.
I'm going to go for a surprise Villa win here. I'm going to make it more interesting. Imagine Chelsea could still not get Champions League qualify for top
2-0 to Chelsea, a goal in each half.
No,
easy win.
Well, Jack back in 2 shots to do it.
Cup finals, you probably would do it.
I'm going to say 1-0 Villa.
With Grealish, they're a totally different side.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think they'll score, but I think Chelsea will be strong enough to get over the line and get Champions League. So I'm again They don't concede many either. I'm going to go for 2-0 Chelsea as well.
Not too bad.
Mhm.
Okay, Fulham Newcastle, the game that was supposed to be the best game of the last.
Yeah, I know.
The
That's
team
sad times.
fighting relegation versus the team also fighting relegation.
Sad times.
And now it's already decided. So I'm just going
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a great game, didn't
I'm
we?
going 2-0 Newcastle. Standard.
I think that Fulham might bow out on a high. They've been threatening a good result for a while now. But I'm backing Willock to score again. I'm going to go either 2-1. I'm going to go for 2-1, I think. 2-1 Fulham.
Leeds, West Brom, 4-0 to Leeds. They're going to just do
5-0
the high
Leeds.
press.
5-0 Leeds.
I've been quite impressed with West Brom lately, even though they haven't been getting the results. They've been well in games.
Nothing to play for.
Yeah, nothing to play for. I think Leeds, West Brom's defence is pretty poor. One of the only teams worse than ours. So yeah, I do have to back Leeds to score quite a few goals. I'm going to go for 3-1 Leeds.
Prediction: Matthews Pereira to Leeds in the summer.
No.
I can see it.
I want him to come to us. I'd be sad if he
You
didn't.
get him for 10 million.
That's the sort of player we've got to go for, I think.
Yeah.
I reckon he'll go for Leeds.
Leicester Spurs, 3-1 to Leicester. We're all
I'm going to go 3-0 Leicester.
Mason's last game in charge.
Kane's potential last game ever in the Spurs shirt.
Hopefully half of him's last game in a Spurs shirt.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think Leicester are going to try and push for
Well,
Champions League.
Leicester have to go all out.
I'll
if they want
go-
to get Champions League.
I'll go 2-1 Leicester. I think Tottenham might
Being
score.
generous.
Yeah, but 2-1 Leicester. It's still tight. Your stadium, like Mason did win his first 3 home games, so
It's away though.
yeah, it's not easy to go.
We're awful.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, 2-1
We are
Leicester.
shocking.
It is.
Liverpool versus Palace. Look, Palace going to bottle it. It'll be 3-0 or 4-0, I reckon.
Yeah,
They're
I
gonna
agree
win.
there.
Liverpool love playing Palace. They beat them 7-0 earlier this season.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
Our boy
God.
Minamino scored in that game as well.
Yeah, that must be awful.
And he's only scored 3 goals this season in total. So I'm going to go for 2-0 Liverpool.
Yep. City versus Everton.
It's an interesting game because obviously Everton still have an outside chance of getting Europe.
Yeah.
But obviously City obviously won the title, so they've got nothing to play for really. So you could see Everton pulling out a win there.
For
But
Europe.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think Everton will try and go all out, but City will want to end the season on a high. So, but I think it will be 1 apiece.
They've just lost to Brighton. I don't think they're going to lose another game. And I can't see Everton really being a big fan of winning Europa Conference. So I can't see them like really wanting to desperately try and get into that.
No.
So I'm going to go for City ending the season on a high. I'm actually going to go for 3-2 City because they've conceded a few goals. But it's about time they're going to come out on the right side of this one.
I'm going to go 2-0 to City. I don't see Everton has just been awful lately again. I don't know what it is with it. That's a Sheffield United and then.
Ancelotti doesn't have the squad he wants. Yeah, there are a few standout players in that squad.
They've
but
got a
it's-
good team.
It's
I'm
not
not
an
being
Ancelotti will invest this summer,
If he
guaranteed.
gets backed.
Good
Which
next
he
season.
should.
Well, if they're selling Moise Keane for 40-50 million to PSG, then they're obviously going to generate income.
Yeah.
So they will.
There's hope.
He will be back. He will be backed, definitely.
Sheffield United versus Burnley. Sheffield United's last game of the league.
0-0, dead rubber.
Yeah, it's going to be a boring draw.
0-0 all over it.
One to easily forget about.
Yeah.
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 I can't wait for it to end 3-all.
Yeah, I'll be like 8-8.
8-8. Nah, 0-0. Or 1-0 Burnley. I reckon Burnley might win 1-0 with a long ball. Chris Woods.
Yeah,
Just
literally.
hitting home.
Chris Wood masterclass.
West Ham versus Southampton. Now, they could do us a favour here if they really wanted to, Southampton, but the season's gone.
2-0 West Ham.
We're awful at West Ham. I have this one in my head. We always lose our game at West Ham, but it's always a standard 3-0 West Ham, this one.
It's 3-0 then.
So
the man himself knows.
We'll go 3-0 West Ham.
Ryan?
I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham.
Don't blame you.
Simple.
Short, simple. Wolves versus Man United. 2-1 to United, I think, this one.
We don't seem to have the best of record away at Wolves, though. I'm going to go 1-1 draw. Again, disappointing result, but we've got nothing to play for.
I feel like there was one season where this game got played. I think it was last season. This game got played 4 times. I think there was like
FA Cup, yeah.
2 goals combined in all the games.
Yeah, it
So,
was.
It's like Ryan's Run from Red Devil series.
18-minute
Oh,
video on
shit.
it.
Cheers for that.
I'm joking.
18-minute
that,
video
yeah.
on 0-0.
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna go for 0-0.
I can't believe you said that.
And then also we have 2 finals. Is it this week? The 2 finals?
No,
next Wednesday
week.
and
Next
Saturday.
Wednesday and
We
Saturday.
start the Europa League final.
Come on.
Villarreal. The 1-4 from Etienne Capoue.
And Pau
Masterclass.
Torres. Don't forget Pau
Is
Torres.
irrelevant. Versus
It's not
Man,
irrelevant.
versus Man United. Villarreal. Emery ball.
It's the Emery competition.
It is the Emery competition, but I don't know. It's one of those ones where United have to win it. They just have to. But obviously,
That's the point of the final, right? They have to win it.
This is Unai Emery's competition.
It is.
I still going to back a 2-1 United victory.
Yeah.
Marcus Rash, Cavani with goals. Bruno to have a worldie.
Maguire missing is huge.
He may. I don't know. He might make it. He might not.
Give him another injection.
It's a 50-50 at the moment. But knowing us, like Jack said, we probably will give him injections to play the game.
Bad.
We've done it with Rashford countless times this season, hence why he's been off the ball recently. I don't know why we give players injections. Just let them recover from their injury properly instead of making their injury 10 times worse.
Agreed.
But obviously, Villarreal are a very good side. To get to the Europa League final is very impressive.
It's been a while since we had a final go to penalties in any form. So
that is an interesting shout. It could go to penalties.
Hernandez has scored the winner. I think you see it now.
I feel like it might go all the way this one.
Yeah, I think Cavani will score. I think Cavani will score.
Maybe 1-1 and then
Cavani in the 85th minute, 2-1 United.
I can't see there being loads of goals, but I think
I'm
there'll be
going
enough.
2-1 United.
Yeah. City versus Chelsea.
Now this is the one.
This is
Man
the one.
City. Tuchel's bought another final. I'm going to go 3-1 to City.
I'm going 2-0 Chelsea.
I feel like, much like some things.
The one time where I want a Mason Mount masterclass.
I always want a Mason Mount masterclass.
I know you do, but this is the one time where I actually want a Mason Mount masterclass.
I'd like Chelsea to win probably, but I think it's written in the stars for City to finally get over the line in this competition.
Yeah.
They're distracted. They look a bit distracted in the league right now, but I think when it comes to the Champions League final, I think they'll win. So I don't see Tuchel beating Pep 3 times in a season.
I know. I think it will happen.
So I think I'm going to go for 2-1 Man City in this.
Well, if Ollie can beat Pep 3 times in a season, then why can't Tuchel?
Actually, I want to change that. They normally quite cage Champions League final, so I'm going to go 1-0.
It'll be a 1. All the finals are so bad.
They are.
Everyone loses their bottle in a chat. There's the Bayern PSG one. It's going to be one of the greatest finals. It's awful.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 City.
1-0 Chelsea then. If we're talking about boring Champions League finals, I'll go 1-0 Chelsea.
City will do.
Chelsea.
No.
Chelsea have Champions League final experience. Don't forget.
Tuchel's just a German poch.
Remember, the FA Cup final and the semi-finals were both all poor 1-0 games, and I reckon it's going to be the same here.
Yeah.
Chelsea to win this final. City don't. City have never been in this position before, so I reckon they'll bottle it.
I think we know next week's big question.
Yeah.
What's that then?
About the Champions League.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what we were saying about Pep.
I was just going to say that obviously Pep's been here before in the Champions League final, but Man City haven't, and Chelsea have. So it will be mind games.
Yeah, but I don't think none of the players have been in the final before.
Maybe some of the Chelsea boys.
Chelsea boys have. Thiago Silva would have.
But he lost last year. What did he play?
Yeah,
he played. Yeah, he played.
Yeah, I mean, who else? I don't think there's really.
That's the only one he's been in.
Yeah.
There you go. So it's one player.
And there's only from City that have been in Champions League finals before?
No,
there hasn't. There you go. There you go. Experience. Yeah. Experience is key in the Champions League final.
Well, they've never won it, so no one's got experience. It's going to be a free-for-all.
It could be a free-for-all.
It could be a really high-scoring game.
But we're just hoping for Chelsea win.
No,
we're hoping for an Aguero fairy tale.
We are. As a football fan, you have to.
You have to hope he scores the winner or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, find out the week before. Find out the day before he's ruled out through injury.
Better not be.
Unbelievable. Now moving on to our Ballon d'Or. Last week's results. Thomas Tuchel was first on 48%.
Nathan
Unai Emery second on 28%. Edison Cavani third and last on 24%. Now, this week I thought about this and I think I need to just get a win. I have to be a bit of a dick here. I'm going to go Karim Benzema after getting back into the French team.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, Karim Benzema. Ryan.
I'm going Roy Hodgson.
Oh, he's nicked mine.
I'm going Roy Hodgson.
I need to think now. I was going to go Roy.
I do apologise.
I think another one. Let me just have a little think about it. I didn't have a backup.
We'll be back after the commercial break.
He's roasted though.
Oh yeah. I'm done.
Come on.
Cheers,
Mark. Cheers, Mark. Just get cancelled. That's great song.
I'm going to go, because it could be one of the greatest moments in the Premier League, if they get top 4, I'm going to go for Alisson. An Alisson header.
Oh,
Alisson.
there's a 3 good
But
choices to be
Oh,
fair.
this man's going to back you like crazy. I should have
Yeah.
thought about this
Oh,
before.
God damn
Just,
it.
we're going to just go for one word, Alisson. Okay.
I'll go with Alisson header. So people
Alisson
know.
header,
Right,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so the poll will be on our Twitter at
Yeah.
Free Kick. After this
Alisson's
is
header.
up, it'll be up till Monday because obviously we're late doing this one. So you got the best part of
You'll
3
have time.
days to vote. 3.5 days to vote. Yeah.
Make sure to follow our socials, subscribe to our YouTube
That's
channel.
at the end, right?
Oh.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
What?
He wants to be off. He wants to
No,
out.
that's not true. No.
He's forcing a move like Harry.
Get out.
Okay.
Get out.
And our big question after the speculation this week: what is Harry Kane's next move?
Led into it nicely, didn't we?
They did lead into it nicely.
I'll start with this one.
Yeah, go for it. You're
go.
Someone that's been at the club since he was 11 years old, 16 years almost. Played in 3 finals at Spurs, no shots on target.
Lack of service, maybe.
If you're that
You
good,
can't-
you don't need service.
He wasn't
You
fit in
can't-
2 of them, though.
Yeah, and you can't pin. You can't.
I'm not pinning the blame. I'm saying
Yeah, but this is what I
you
understand.
have to be all responsible as a
You
team.
have to be
You can't just say,
responsible
"Oh,
as a team.
I've scored all these goals. I can leave
Yeah,
now."
you have to.
Where's
Yeah.
he's just as responsible as anyone else.
I mean,
He is
100 and something
responsible,
goals.
but you can't pin all the blame on Kane.
Yeah. Says it all.
I'm not saying it is his fault, but he's just as responsible as anyone else.
I feel like he's been quite let down by the board, the team.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that there.
Look, if he wants to go, let him go. But he's
Yeah.
not going to go up north. I don't see. He's been in London on the surrounding areas. Always like, why'd you go up north?
I've seen crazier transfers.
Yeah,
It
you
wouldn't make
could
sense.
ask why Berbatov and Carrick did the same.
Money.
So
Money.
Kane, why not Kane?
So why not Kane?
I just don't see Kane doing it. I don't
No,
see
he
him living
will.
up
Well,
north.
He
the
will.
only other option would be Chelsea, and he wouldn't go to
He
them.
wouldn't go to Chelsea.
Or just stay at
His
Spurs and
press-
rot.
Yeah,
And that will affect the team morale even more when your best player
He'll just turn to Eriksen, I reckon.
If you want to win trophies, it's Man City.
He will
If you
force
want
us-
to build something, it's United. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree there.
yeah.
Is that it? Is that all we have to say about it?
Ryan was saying he's going to force.
Well, I honestly, I was talking about Nathan this last night. Obviously, Kane's preference is to remain in the Premier League, and he wants
For the record, obviously.
and according to him, he wants his future sorted before the Euros start. So realistically, he has to get his move done before he meets up with the England squad before their first friendly against Austria.
We don't want it in his
on
mind.
the 2nd of June.
We don't want it messing with his head whilst
No,
he's at the Euros.
exactly. You can't have a player thinking about his future during the Euros because that will just affect his morale.
He's one of our best players.
his
We can't have it.
confidence.
He's our best player.
He's the England captain as well.
He's the captain. Yeah, exactly.
So he can try and. I think he will maybe after Sunday's game. I reckon he will come out and say. I reckon there'll be a statement or a transfer request from him personally, because I just reckon Levy will just refuse to sell anyway, because we all know how
He's
arrogant
selfish.
and selfish Levy is anyway.
Yeah.
So I think he will try and force his way out, and it will be just a case of which Manchester club wants him.
Yeah.
Originally, Man United's transfer plans weren't to be going in for a striker after
They've changed,
Cavani signed his new deal. Obviously, with Harry Kane being the best striker in the Premier League and one of the best strikers in the world becoming available, our transfer plans probably would have definitely changed. And I can't see Man United sitting back and allowing City to sign Kane.
You have to beat them too.
I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't see it happening.
If they get Kane, it's domination. It's good night for everyone
And
else.
the question is as well, Haaland is a key factor in this as well, because do City go for an experienced striker like Kane, or do they wait and sign Haaland, whose dad played for City,
Because you won't get him.
grew up in Leeds,
Yeah.
obviously, but obviously was a Manchester City fan, Haaland. So do they go for someone experienced like Kane, or do they wait next summer for Haaland, who will
Exactly.
be cheaper because he has a 75 million release clause?
Yeah. It's mad.
They're not going to pay 150 million on a 28-year-old when they can get a 22-year-old for 75 million, are they?
No,
Yes, because he's proven the Premier League.
Unless if they
He's
do.
160 Premier League goals plus. Says
Yeah.
it all, really.
Yeah, Haaland, no
It is.
Premier League goals, 22 is still a
You're
risk.
guaranteed 20, 25 goals a season.
30 goals if you're
Oh,
lucky.
yeah.
If he's fit.
If you're in City's
If
team,
he's
yeah.
in City's team, 90 goals.
He'll
Like
make that
Messi.
record in 3 years. 100%.
Yeah, easy.
So another question: who would you have to replace him?
He's irreplaceable, so I don't really care.
I mean, you said Benzema.
I was joking
No
about that,
chance.
but
Maybe.
I would have. I mean, if he'd like to come to Spurs, I wouldn't mind. But
No.
at this point,
It's like Ings for
what's
us.
the point?
We're not going to get anyone for that sort of
It's
budget.
it's like when Ronaldo left United. There was no that we've had many number 7s down the years,
Yeah.
but no one will ever replace what he
Oh,
bought
Chris.
what he bought to the club.
And Levy doesn't replace players well.
No.
He replaced
Soldado.
Walker. Walker, with
Trippier.
Aurier and Trippier.
Which Trippier wasn't bad, but then you let him go, and
He
then
was awful.
He
No, he was
replaced-
awful that
He
last season.
replaced Bale with Lamella.
Yeah, and the other
Eriksen,
six.
And Chadley.
Was it-
Kirikes.
was it Defoe with Soldado, or was it another
Sol-
striker?
No, Soldado
Soldado,
was.
they bought Soldado with the Bale money.
Yeah, with the Bale money.
Oh, you bought like 7 or 8
They
poor like
bought-
Chiriches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vlad
No.
Kirikesh, yeah.
Oh,
They haven't replaced
Fazio.
Vertonghen properly yet.
No, they need no.
They haven't replaced Moussa Dembele.
No.
I missed that Mele. He was a great.
Or Wanyama. Or Ericsson.
To be fair, we're still trying to replace Wanyama, so
You had your own replacement, but you sold him to us.
Yeah.
yeah, we've
Yeah.
got Romeo who does a good job. To be fair,
The thing is, Kane's also got to look at former teammates of his, i.e. Eriksen and Trippier, that are going on to win titles.
And
with
Kudu,
different
who won
clubs.
the Turkish league.
yeah, Kane's going to look at that and be like,
Yeah, I've got to lead. He's got to lead.
I mean, the
He
final
has to.
straw was probably like one of my former loan clubs, Leicester, have won a trophy before I have.
Yeah,
They
the
won
fact,
2 trophies before
the
you.
fact
Two
that you've seen
trophies.
Jamie Vardy win the Premier League and the FA Cup
Probably kicked-
before
yeah,
it as
Factory
well.
worker,
Was a
Jamie
massive
Vardy.
I know,
kick
yeah.
for Harry.
Yeah, must have. Yeah, obviously.
Harry,
Look,
yeah,
If he wants to go, go. Good luck if he goes.
he
He's done-
deserves
he's-
that courtesy.
I think-
He deserves
I think-
it.
He's done all he can, but he's still responsible. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he was
I-
let down, but he also maybe could
Was
have
a
done a
part-
bit more.
yeah, exactly.
He should have done. Yeah, I agree with that. To be fair.
I can agree with that. I get behind that.
I think that's us done.
Yeah.
I don't
show,
think there's
good
any
show.
more questions. to
If
ask.
you enjoyed today's show, make sure to subscribe to us on Haps.
Oh, now we do. this stuff,
Yeah, because it's at the end, right?
Yeah. Okay.
For God's
yeah.
sake.
Please make sure to subscribe to our channel. Links will be in the description.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
well,
much to
it's
Rose
good.
for the donations. Road
Well,
to the
check out
tripod.
Road to
Yeah.
the Tripod continues.
We
Make
don't
sure to
need-
check out
yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah, our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at 3 Kick Podcast. No, the 3 Kick Podcast.
More YouTube uploads will be coming out
Yeah.
shortly.
The 3 Kick
These two are
Podcast.
slacking, clearly.
My new series will be announced very shortly.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
coming out soon.
Yeah. So if you liked our content, just stick around.
And we're
Leave
gonna have
a
some
like
more-
and
We're
subscribe.
going to have plenty of Euros content if Jack will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
happily.
do the squad announcement.
And then some other video. Well,
Maybe.
I could do some other videos. Yeah,
We'll do a watch along or two.
yeah we'll
I
do.
think.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We'll do like a watch along of an underdog versus a favourite sort of thing,
Yeah.
because then that'll be interesting
Yeah.
to see how they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
All right.
yeah.
So we'll be back on Monday
Yes.
because we were late this week for certain reasons.
Yeah,
Alcoholism.
undisclosed. Pubs are open. Let's
Yeah,
just leave
pubs
it
are
at
Yeah,
that.
we'll just leave it at that, yeah.
All right. And we'll be back on Monday.
Back on
Stay
Monday.
safe. Don't get COVID. And we'll see you on Monday.
But yeah, stay safe. See you all in a bit.
Goodbye.